So we have August sales numbers for comics and manga, and Starfire here actually made the top 20. So here's an interesting little tidbit. A couple of days ago, I think it was CBR put out an article saying that I'm Not Starfire rose above expectations for DC Comics, which I'm sure were incredibly low. But the thing is, they didn't publish any data whatsoever. It was basically a review of the book from them. And without quoting any numbers, they say as the headline that the book was a success. Well, there might have been something to that because we have sales data now from August. Now I'm going to go over all of that in this video. But surprisingly, at least in comic book stores, it actually sold. So here's top 20 graphic novels by units. And this is coming from Comic Hub. You actually have I Am Not Starfire at number 17. Now, odds are the bar to get on that chart is low because this is just coming from comic book shops. So this is the difference between this chart and this one that I'm going to go over in a second. But on this one, this is a small, non-random sample of over 3,000 stores selling American comics worldwide. These rankings may not be typical for all stores, but do represent a variety of locations. So this is all based on 3,000 stores. But, I mean, you can kind of get a sense of how things are selling on that sample. Even though it's not huge, you can still get a sense of it. So nothing's perfect when it comes to looking at sales and this stuff. But, I mean, I'm actually kind of impressed that it made this at all. Because it's a terrible book. It's a terrible book. I had to read that book, and it was 100 and something pages or however long that book was. It took me multiple days to read it, and I'm not exaggerating. It's a terrible book. A lot of people agreed with that opinion as well. Maybe a lot of the weirdos that are tearing down comic books actually, for once, put their money where their mouth is and went and supported it. That's a possibility. And, well, then I would say good on you because that's what you should be doing. If this is truly what you want, you truly should be out there buying it, not pirating the book. You should be supporting it. So, I mean, I'll give them that. They went out and they supported the book for once, and it got on that chart. So, you know, hopefully you get a volume 2. I'd love to get some more thumbnails. So let's get a volume 2. This will be her on the Teen Titans. Let's get more books like I Am Not Starfire. I want to get more books like that out because it'll only accelerate things. A good note here. This is the comic book store chart, right? And the funny thing about it is what's on here, a bunch of manga books. Also, notably worth pointing out, only one Marvel comic, which is Mighty Marvel Masterworks, X-Men's Strangest Superheroes Volume 1. And the only DC comic book that made the list was I Am Not Starfire. The rest is Image Comics, Boom Studios with their big hit, Something Is Killing the Children, and then a bunch of manga. So, you know, where's the wind blowing, in my opinion? Indie books, which all Image Comics are indie books. Those are all creator-owned. And manga. It is pretty obvious that people are turning their backs on superhero books. Now, right here is based on dollars. Like, for an example, this is not based on units. This is based on dollars. So, Amazing Spider-Man, McFarlane, $100. You know, that's why this is up at number 7. I actually cracked and bought that because I love his art for Spider-Man. It's like the it's like the one big Marvel purchase. It's an old omnibus of old books, which, those are actually picking up pretty good. You got a lot of comic book shops selling nothing but back issues now. And then of course House of X and Powers of X still selling. See how that's $49 or yeah, $44. So everything on here is super expensive. Everything over on the actual units moved is super cheap. So I just wanted to point that out. Now, of course, the other big thing here is the adult graphic novels. Now, what makes this one more significant and why I like to focus on this one is this actually takes sales from all over the place. This isn't just comic book shops. This is like Barnes and Nobles and pretty much like used bookstores even, I believe, because I think they still have some new books, right? But they take this data from a lot of places, which makes it a lot more significant. And once again, no DC Comics, no Marvel comic books, Viz, Yen Press, Dark Horse makes it. But Dark Horse makes it with Berserk Deluxe Volume 2 and Berserk Deluxe Volume 1, which shouldn't surprise anybody that's on there. So, once again, Attack on Titan, a lot of Volume 1s on here. Those are new fans coming on board. That's what I always like to focus with on here is, once again, number ones all over the place. That's new people jumping on, and they'll keep on going. Like last month, My Hero Academia Volume 1 was on there. Look what's on here this month, Volume 2. That's pretty significant. So, I find this funny. Marvel seems to kind of be learning. I saw this. We're in 2021, and they actually are drawing Squirrel Girl to try to look somewhat like an actual human female again. When, I don't even know if I can say what she looked like over the past couple of years. America, I guess, is a much better book now, and she actually looks good. That comic was a pile of shit for the longest time. So maybe they're somewhat learning. I don't know. All I know is if they ever want to not just make these comic book charts and want to make the actual book scan charts, then, maybe they should start listening to people. But I don't know. Now they're kind of emboldened, I think, from that I Am Not Starfire success. So we'll see. Either way, there's a lot of stuff on there to enjoy. I would say check out pretty much anything you see on that list, and you'll probably have a good time, and you won't be slapped in the face for it. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Also, if you will, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, make sure to follow me over on Twitch. I do watch parties, play video games over there. They're always fun. Follow me over there and come hang out. Also, make sure you subscribe to YellowFlash, my other channel. There's a link to that in the description as well. I do a lot of live streams over there that I don't do on this channel. Usually smaller and a little bit more personal. So make sure you follow me over there and sign up.